Okay, I'm just recording this because I've not watched the new Nintendo Direct Mini for the 26th of March 2020. And I'm just making this video as as my own predictions before the Direct and also especially specifically for the next Smash character. Now, I have, been spoiled by a few articles online for a few content. Like, I heard something about a new Ring Fit Adventure update, and I heard some. I saw the Xenoblade Chronicles remaking the thumbnail of that direct, and I also saw. I don't know. I thought Bioshock being announced, but that was also rumored for like way back ago because of that whole rating thing. So we kind of knew about that. So we kind of knew about Bioshock coming to Nintendo Switch from before. It's kind of the same story like Metro, because Metro was also rated and it actually came out in like February or something, and that was before the whole direct speculation spectacle. Anyways, I think right now I just scrolled through a comment section for Phoenix Wright video. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Phoenix Wright video. I just watching that because I had some prediction. I didn't have a prediction. I just want to see if Phoenix Wright could be a feasible character in Smash. And then I scrolled down to the character section, the comment section, and oh my god, I think I saw something. I think I saw arms. I'm not sure. I'm like, what the heck is that true? I don't know. I just want to like pour. I hope to God it's not true, because that's gonna screw over my whole analysis of past Smash characters and what's to come. So yeah, I just want to make this video first and kind of I just want to make this video to get on my pre-direct, like before the all the announcements and everything. I got in my head. I've not watched the direct, but I've seen some few things online. I just don't want to like be spoiled any further. I just want to get my uh, I just want to get my speculations out there first, so I can revisit them after the direct and hopefully rectify them. because I spent like 2 months trying to predict this shit. Okay, let me go. So here are my current predictions. I've not been done with the analysis yet. I think we're getting another Microsoft rep, and specifically it's going to be Master Chief. Why? Because the impossible has already happened. We got Banjo Kazooie after 20 years or something, and Microsoft hasn't been doing the best lately. So they need some kind of a booster, and getting Master Chief, their mascot, into Smash, that would not only you know promote Halo Infinite, but also the upcoming new Xbox Series X in Japan specifically, because Xbox is literally non-existent in Japan, so they need to push that system in Japan. So what better way than to give Halo, which we know, and we're gonna be like blown away by that announcement. I think it's gonna be an E3 announcement, so that makes sense as a Microsoft rep. Given that Doomslayer doesn't make it in, because Bethesda and Nintendo have also had a kind of good relationship as of late. After porting the Doom 2016 port to Nintendo Switch, it's possible Doomslayer can make it into Smash. But I think it'll be too brutal and too violent for the game, but it can happen. And also, it's a sort of interview video where the director producer of the new Doom games, I don't know what their names were, like Matt Stratton or something, and another Hugo guy, they were asked about lending their characters to other series or something, and it was actually mentioned in regards to Mortal Kombat, and they gave a pretty good answer that they would love to see that in Mortal Kombat. At the end of the answer, the guy, I think it was Hugo or something, he just kind of mentions, yeah, we'd also like to see him in Super Smash, blah, 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 like we lost like to see him in Super Smash blah 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 blah. Like he literally just like couldn't even say the whole Super Smash Brothers name, and then the other guy like looks at him like, dude, did you just say that? Oh my god! Like that's the kind of eyeballing he gave him. So maybe, and that was like in June, July 2019. So and also Doom Eternal is coming out this year, so you know Doomsday could make it in. But then in a later interview this year, 2020, like I don't know if it was January, February, you know, the same kind of dudes said in an interview that they give like a lengthy answer why they have not been approached by Nintendo in regards to Super Smash Brothers. So, you know, assuming they're not under an NDA, that kind of like deconfirms Demon Slayer for this Fire's Pass Volume 2. If not, if they're lying, then I mean, Demon Slayer is basically in, and I saw, you know, like this 4chan leak that had a lot of things correct, including Terry, and also release of Banjo's DLC back in summer 2019. And that guy also mentions Doom Slayer being the last name he heard. So, you know, it could be. And if that is the case, then Master Chief is definitely not getting in because they're too alike. So it's either Doom Slayer or Master Chief. If Doom Slayer gets in, then Microsoft rep is going to replace by something else. Most likely Steve. I mean, Microsoft will not gain anything from having Steve in Smash because Minecraft is already so popular, so they don't really need more marketing, I think. Especially for that demographic that plays Smash. But then again, they gave Banjo-Kazooie to Nintendo, like, without getting anything. They're not really getting anything. I don't really think people bought Xbox Ones in Japan after Banjo-Kazooie got revealed. But maybe they like want to build a good, long-lasting relationship with Nintendo because Nintendo Switch is like a hybrid console, and people can have two consoles, a Switch and a PS4 or Xbox One. So they could partner with Nintendo to like push Xbox One for Switch users as a home console. So I guess we could get another Microsoft rep, like Steve. Sure. But I don't think Master Chief would happen. If Master Chief gets in, then Doomslayer is basically deconfirmed in my view. Alright, so then we have another Square Enix rep. And yeah, I mean basically we already got like Cloud and Dragon Quest Hero from Square Enix. It's not too far-fetched to think that another rep. I mean, Nintendo would go to them for another rep. So it's going to be Sora, Geno, or 2B. 2B is popular, so Nintendo would want that character. So Nintendo would want 2B. But like Sora is obviously the most requested one. So if they can get in Sora, assuming they have dealt with Disney, and I've looked into it, it's possible. Like the last thing that Nintendo and Disney collabed with was the Disney Samsung themed Switch special edition, which came out like late 2019. And they had like a bunch of collaborations before that as well. So Sora could happen. If not, Geno or 2B. One of them. But I definitely think we're gonna get another Square Enix rep. And I also think we're gonna get a Ubisoft rep because in the Smash Ballot from 2015, I know that Nintendo got a lot of requests for Rayman. And they know that. They know it's popular, but they have not made Rayman in any shape or form. So Rayman, uh, and also it was really weird that Ubisoft like agreed to give Nintendo Altair from Assassin's Creed, and Assassin's Creed is like one of the best-selling video game franchises of all time. It's all like 140 million copies in total across all games, and to like represent that as a me costume, I think that's a really big disgrace. Like, dude, you just don't do that. I mean, if I were you, if I was Ubisoft, I would not give Altair as a me costume. Like that's it. It's like it's better you don't get that costume at all, and we just keep it instead of like mocking it. Like it's better you make a full-fledged character. That would be great. But Assassin's Creed Rep doesn't make any sense because if they already made a me costume, then it doesn't really make sense to have, the full-fledged reveal later on. I mean, it could happen, but the chances are really slim. So I think Rayman could actually make it in. Like the me costume for Altair from Assassin's Creed could allude to a Rayman DLC coming later on. I think that's feasible. And then we are probably gonna get a Capcom rep. We already have Mega Man and Ryu, but for some reason we did not get our Capcom rep for the first Fighters Pass. And I think Nintendo made a lot of deals in 2017 or 18, like before Smash's release date, and they probably got more characters than they can handle. So they probably made like first wave of DLC, and then like I'm probably gonna put the ones they had in abundance for this Fighters Pass Volume 2, and I think a Capcom rep really makes sense, and I think that would be Dante, like a lot of people want, because Dante has had because there was an interview back in February or March 2018 where like the producer or director or something of Devil May Cry series, like Matt something, he said that he was asked if he wanted Dante in Smash, and he said we don't want to we think it he said something along the lines of it'd be best if like Devil May Cry games came to Nintendo platform before Dante coming to Smash, because Devil May Cry has not been represented in any Nintendo console ever. Before the port of the first game got released in summer last year. So I think he made that statement, and then before or after, Nintendo like approached him, and they like kind of made a deal that, come on, make like Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, or like something like that, or maybe they made that decision internally. But I think Nintendo really wants those games because they're popular, so they want to like push that. So they made those ports, and they probably got a deal that if it did well, or like they're probably gonna get Dante in Smash, in return. I don't know, something like that. Either way, I think now that we're getting we already gotten first, second, and third Devil May Cry games on Switch. So Devil May Cry 4 probably upcoming, and then later on down the road, Devil May Cry 5, hopefully. So I really think Dante has a big shot. Like, really, that's the only series left from the Capcom series, Capcom best-selling franchises that's left to be represented in Smash. I know people want Phoenix Wright, which is why I searched for Phoenix Wright at the beginning of this video. I mentioned that, which is a huge mistake. Anyways, like, I tried to see the moveset for Phoenix Wright and didn't really look that appealing. It was okay, but I don't think that would work in the Smash game. But then again, Mr. Game & Watch do work. I think Dante is way more popular, and to push and sell the DLC and Fighters Pass, Dante would make more sense. Unless, Capcom has like a special Ace Attorney announcement or something, or do you want to push that? I don't know. A Capcom rep, okay? And then, of course, Bandai Namco, the developers of the game. Come on. They've only gotten Pac-Man so far represented. And Sakurai mentioned in Smash 4 that it would be either Pac-Man or Heihachi from Tekken. And he just felt the moveset for Heihachi would be too difficult, so he chose Pac-Man, who was also more iconic and kind of fits there alongside Mario and Sonic. But, Sakurai has also said the same thing about, Villager and I think Pac-Man as well during Brawl's development, that he wanted to include those characters in there, and I think Shigeru Miyamoto asked him about including Pac-Man or something, and he said it would be difficult to develop a moveset. So the same thing has been said about Heihachi or something along the lines. I don't know the full details. But anyways, a Tekken rep could happen. If not, a Tales of rep. I know Lloyd is popular. It was popular in the ballad as well. And they also made a Mii costume in Smash 4 DLC. So, a Tales of rep could happen. Lloyd could happen if they want to release the Tales of Symphonia games again and on Switch. If not, I think the rep from the new upcoming Tales of Arise could work. Yeah, I don't know. And then you have the last company, which is related to Nintendo, which is Koei Tecmo. And they made the Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive games. And they've kind of also developed other games like the Fire Emblem Warriors, and I also think Hyrule Warriors, I'm not sure. So they kind of have a good relationship, I think, with Nintendo, so a rep from them could work. And they, a guy from the company also said in January this year that they know fans want a new Ninja Gaiden game, so they are thinking of developing one. But I really think that they are in the process of developing a new game. So, a Ninja Gaiden rep could happen. But I'm quite unsure about this one, actually. Also, Activision Blizzard, like Nintendo, have collaborated with them as well to release the Diablo 3. They also made a whole Switch bundle, with custom themes and everything for that game. And also they got Overwatch later on, because Blizzard wanted to port Diablo 3 first to see how well that one did, and then Overwatch port came. So a Blizzard or Activision Blizzard, which is the parent company of Blizzard, could happen. And you know what other characters does Activision own? Spiral and Crash. So, assuming if they've done made good relationship not only with Blizzard but also with the parent company Activision Blizzard, then I don't know. Crash could make his way into Smash. I mean, Crash Insane Trilogy sold 10 million copies, so it's really popular. But so did Stardew Valley, 10 million copies. So I don't know, we could probably see a Stardew Valley Mii costume as well. Because Sakura's also mentioned he likes Stardew Valley. I've also written down a Pokemon Gen 8 rep. I mean, it could happen because the point of the First Pass is to make popular characters be sold as additional DLC. So they don't necessarily have to be from another company. They can be Nintendo's first party characters. But just like Byleth, like it would have to be a character they want to promote for an upcoming game. Otherwise, that'd be kind of stupid. But then again, Pokemon Gen 8 Rep, like they can use that because that game sold like 16 million copies, which is really sick, and one of the best-selling Switch games of all time. So it could happen because that would sell, and they want to sell the DLC fighters, and they want people to buy the whole Fires Pass, both for like getting the statistics of seeing how much the demand is, but also to like sell the whole thing and make the profit, maximize the profit for the game as long as possible. So Pokemon Gen 8 Rep could happen, but if you have like 6 slots or spots, then why waste in a Pokemon Gen 8 Rep when you could like use that slot to promote something else? Just like Byleth. I mean, they could have like another Mario character, or a Zelda character, or God knows why, anything else. But they chose Byleth because they wanted to like promote that series. So maybe Pokemon Gen 8 Rep, but I'm not putting that up there. It's probably like maybe in the maybe area. And lastly, I have Metroid Prime 4 Rep. I've seen some rumors. There was one league that got all the DLC correct before Joker's reveal, except for Terry. And instead of Byleth, they said Elgard from Three Houses. Now I don't know if the leak was just a really educated guessed rumor, very well guessed rumor, or if it was actually a leak. Because if it is a leak, then that means that a Metroid Prime 4 Rep was initially planned, but then got scrapped because the game got delayed. And so they had to choose, like another character instead of a Metroid Prime 4 Rep, which in the leak was said to be Silex. And a lot of theories and also official info says that really points to Silex being like a central figure in the upcoming Metroid 4 game. So that might have actually been the initial plan, but then it got scrapped, and then he had to find a substitute. But then that makes me think they probably also they already have asked Bandai Namco and Capcom, why didn't we get Tekken or Tails Off or Dante instead of Terry? If indeed my theory holds that Terry was a last minute decision because Metro Prime 4 got cancelled. And also you have all these other plethora of companies that could have been there instead of SNK. Why SNK? Because I looked at official numbers, and the King of Fire series has sold like 4 million copies in total, which is like not that much. Why go for such... I'm not saying obscure, because it was fairly popular back in the arcade days, and a lot of older people know about the game. Like I'd slightly heard about the game, or like tried 1 or 2 games on emulator when I was young, except for I didn't know anything about the series. So why go for such an obscure character instead? Like, unless you want to like promote the character, but what does Nintendo gain from that promotion? Nothing at all. Like, including Terry was really for SNK, because they want to like go big. They just made Samurai Showdown, and King of Fighters 15 is coming this year, I think. Probably also for Switch, probably. Not official. So it's good for them, but what does Nintendo gain from that? Nothing at all, so it doesn't really make any sense. But for whatever reason, maybe they had short time, and they just like really want to butcher the presentation of Capcom or Bandai Namco Rap. Like, you have Tekken or Tales of. Tales of Arise is coming presumably this year. So maybe it would be better to push that to Fires Pass 2. And Tekken, if another Tekken games come, Tekken 8 comes for the next gen system, maybe they could use a Tekken rep to promote that. Or, and they didn't know, like, use a character for the 4th slot. And for Dante, they didn't want to have him in Smash before releasing the games. So I think that's why now they got chosen, even if they could be. So I think they're coming this time around. And alright, that was basically my prediction. I think we're gonna get, for the big hype ones, we're gonna get Master Chief or Doomslayer and Sora. And those gonna be announced at E3s this year and next year. I think that's gonna be like the wild cards, ace cards Nintendo has. And then I think a Ubisoft rep, because of the teasing of Altair in Assassin's Creed series. Obviously Rayman. I still think they're gonna promote Metro Prime 4 because it's probably releasing next year. So Silex or something. And then you have Dante from Capcom. And for the last slot, I think Bandai Namco. But it could also be Activision Blizzard. And less likely Koei Tecmo. I'm not sure. But I think those are my bets before watching the direct, obviously. And if, I swear to God, if ARMS is true, I mean, oh my God, are you kidding me? ARMS of all things. That doesn't, like, the whole theory that I stated right now, it doesn't make any sense to have ARMS in there, because ARMS is a relatively new IP. It's like a new IP from Nintendo. And from what I've seen, Nintendo don't like to include characters in Smash for the first IPs, just like Splatoon 1. They didn't include Splatoon or the Inklings in Smash, but they included the Inklings in Smash, you know, afterwards when Splatoon 2 was coming in. There was also another game that made sense that I don't remember right now. But you know, ARMS is like a 2017 title. And the way the series is represented in Smash is through Springman as its trophy. So having an ARMS character in there, that doesn't make any sense. You already have an assist trophy. What are you going to add? Like the ramen girl or the girl? Not the ramen girl, but ribbon girl. I'm sorry. I mean, that would appeal to the female rep, because Smash needs more female rep for whatever reason. And I mean, who else could they add? And why would they add ARMS? That really doesn't make any sense. Unless they want to promote an upcoming ARMS 2 game. Why do that? Let me just check this. How many ARMS 1 sold? Because if ARMS really got in. Let me see, 2.1 million units sold of ARMS in 3 years. Or less than 3 years. I mean, That's cool. That's fine, but like not enough to have an arms wrap in Smash. I mean, I would instead use a Pokemon Gen 8 wrap that would sell the DLC. This doesn't make any sense. Unless you have more DLC for ARMS Plan or an ARMS sequel, which still doesn't make any sense. I'm inclined to believe that the ARMS comment that I read on the Phoenix Wright video is fake. Please God, let that be true. Because this totally wrecks my whole theory, and I don't know what Nintendo was thinking with this. I mean, how on earth do they hope to reclaim their image of DLC characters when they like totally made a controversial bias choice? And by that logic, we should also have an Astral Chain character DLC. I mean, obviously we didn't. They could obviously promote Astral Chain when it came out. You know, it's a new IP. If they want to bet on it, they can put that in Smash, but they didn't do that. Instead, they put in Byleth from Fire Emblem, an established franchise. So honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I'm not editing this video. Astral Chain. Astral Chain. I mean, it sold like 1 million copies, and Nintendo owns the IP. So maybe we, from my logic and the past data that I've analyzed, I mean, Astral Chain Rep could get in the next Smash game, but not right now, and not as DLC. Doesn't make any sense. And ARMS is his trophy. I mean, if ARMS got in, presumably I've not seen the video yet. I just read that one comment. Then Skull Kid could also get in, but why promote ARMS? That when you have like other games that could be upcoming, like you have the new No More Heroes 3 game, which presumably Nintendo is somewhat pushing. So having Travis Touchdown in Smash Deal as DLC could promote that series, but they didn't do that. You also have, if Mother 3 gets finally like localized in the West, or Mother or Earthbound games get like a remake trilogy or something in the same style as Link's Awakening. I mean, that would look really cool. Then we could get a Mother 3 rep. Or if they're planning a sequel, Mother 4, I don't know. And also rumors said that F-Zero is gonna be is upcoming. I don't know how valid that rumor is, because I mean they predicted the Animal Crossing date, but and they say this Nintendo Direct that's happened today that I've still not watched was going to be broadcast on the second week of March, but instead we got it this week, in the last week of March. And you know, it could be because of the outbreak that's going on that got delayed. But that leak or rumor, guys, said that we would get an F-Zero thingy. And yeah, if we're getting like, why not get another F-Zero rep? Or if you're bringing back Nintendogs, which was hugely popular and sold really well, if you're bringing that back sometime in the future for the Switch, a Nintendogs rep could happen. And for like my most credible theory right now, a new Donkey Kong Country game. The last one, Tropical Freeze, came out in 2014 and got re-released for the Switch in 2018. It sold like 2 million, I think, on the Switch, and it probably sold like 1 million on the Wii U. So Donkey Kong, like, it's one of the biggest franchises of Nintendo, yet they're not like, it's not getting the same treatment as Mario or Zelda. So obviously we need a new mainline Donkey Kong game sometime soon. It's like 2020. We should expect a new Donkey Kong Country game this year or next year, or a 3D Donkey Kong Country, or a 3D Donkey Kong game. And if that's the case, I know King K. Rool is there to represent the series, but I mean, if you're getting ARMS in, why not Dixie Kong? Dixie Kong is also very requested in unofficial battles, and I personally love the Donkey Kong Country series, and I would love to see Dixie Kong. I've wanted to see Dixie Kong since Brawl. So why not get Dixie Kong in? That makes more sense. Let me see what else I've got. And yeah, of course, if you're breaking all the rules, Nintendo, then why not include Goku? Like Funimation tweeted, like, "Hey Nintendo, when's our boy Goku going to join the fight?" Which they tweeted on March 12th, 2018. I mean, sure, you go for that. Or from Blizzard, we could see a Diablo rep. Because, the devs and the game producer Yohei Shimbori actually said that if, like, what character would you like to see in Smash? And he said, Diablo. So, yeah, this is my really half-baked, half-hearted presentation on this is just for myself for future reference. And I'm not editing this. And I'm going to make another video after watching the presentation. I'm not watching it right now. It's like 3 a.m. at night. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, like today, on 27th of March. And I'll probably be mind blown if the ARMS comment is true. I mean, oh my god, what the heck? If it's true, yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit my theory. Because that doesn't make any sense at all from any point of view. You have characters that Nintendo want that are popular, like Joker. You have characters that are really fan requested and that would sell very well, like Gino and Banjo-Kazooie, who got in. And you have characters that Nintendo want to promote for themselves or their games, like Byleth. And Hero is kind of like in the middle of a popular character that Nintendo wants, but a character that's also fan requested, especially in Japan, which Sakurai stated himself that it's like a requested character. So you have popular character Nintendo wants, fan requested characters, and first party Nintendo characters to promote. ARMS would probably fit in first party Nintendo characters that Nintendo want to promote. But why? Why? Do you have a DLC? I mean, the game sold like 2 million copies. What more do you want? What more do you want from the game? Is it because it would be fun to play the character? I don't know. That's Sakurai's thinking. If a character is fun to play or not. Nintendo wants to do business. So I guess if this is true, then ARMS 2 is definitely coming. But why? ARMS 1 was really smooth, like 60 FPS with really nice graphics and motion controls. What else can you improve on the formula? Unless... just like buy this. Do you want to sell more copies of Arms? Why try to sell a game 3 years later? I'm brain. My brain's haywiring. All right, goodbye.